Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the Big D Coin Channel. This is DC from DC Coin World doing another video for Big D. And this is the 1959 United States penny, the Lincoln penny, the Lincoln Memorial penny, the first year of the Lincoln Memorial penny. As many of you know, in 1958, they stopped making the wheat penny. This is a 1958D right here. And you remember the old pennies from 1909 on had the wheat ears. This wheat stalk on each side, the so-called wheat ears pennies. Says E pluribus unum at the top, 1 cent in the middle, United States of America here, and the wheat ears here. Now, this is not the coin that has the mint mark on the back in the center. That's a 1909. This is the 1958, and there's the mint mark right there, the D underneath the date. It has a smooth edge, and these are mostly copper pennies. And there's a 1958 Philly. So in 1958, again, wheat ears on the back. They made them at two different mints, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The Philadelphia Mint didn't have to put P's on their coins because it was the first mint. So when Philadelphia was established, there were no other mints. So Philadelphia initially didn't put P's on their coins. Now they put P's on many of the coins, but look for a P on the penny and you may be hard pressed to find one. All right, so there's the 1958. We move from wheat ears. Wheat ears to what? Well, the Lincoln Memorial. And this one is essentially beat. It looks like, actually looks like there was a fire at the Lincoln Memorial. Let's see if we can find another one with a little bit better. There we go. Now, the Lincoln Memorial penny from 1959 was a redesigned penny. They went from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and then way deep in there is Abraham Lincoln. In addition, the 1 cent went from here to here. The United States of America went from the center to the top, and the pluribus unum went from the top to right above the Lincoln Memorial. Now, who engraved this? Well, Frank Gasparo engraved this, and you can see the F and the G here for Frank Gasparo way down here in the corner. And some people mistake this for mint mark also, but again, on these coins, the mint mark's on the front too. So this is the Frank Gasparo, the same man who hit the moon landing on the back of the Eisenhower coins, and who essentially did the back of the Susan B. Anthony coins. All right, so Lincoln Memorial, 1959. We've got some D's and some planes. And if you had to guess, which would you think would be worth more, the 1958 pennies or the 1959 pennies? Well, you don't need to guess. The 1958 pennies in an MS65 for a Philadelphia Mint, MS65 for the 1958, and that's Mint State 65 out of 70, is worth about $9. The Mint State Denver coin is worth, in the U.S. Coin Digest, about $7, so 9 and 7. But guess what? When we move up to the 1959, the Philly, if you can get an MS65 from Philadelphia with no mint mark in 1959, an MS65 goes for about $15. Why is that? Well, there just aren't many of them out there. So you get MS65 or over, even though it's a newer coin, and even though they made 1.9 billion of the 1959 pennies, and they only made about 1 billion of the 58 pennies. They made about twice as many. If you can find this 59, Philadelphia with no mint mark, in MS65, you're starting at $15 and going up. And this is an odd coin because the MS65 of the circulating coin is worth about almost 3 times what the proof coin. The proof coin of this, if you can find this in a proof version, the so-called mint set, that's worth about $6.50. But if you can find this in an MS65 circulated version, you're going to be talking about 15 or over. So this was the first year they made them, and they made them essentially continuously until 2009. In between, of course, they did switch to the coins that had a little bit more zinc in them. And here's one of the old the newer zinc coins. In 1992, they split between the old, essentially copper or brass coins, and they switched to a copper-plated zinc. And this is 1992. They have some of each, but in 1999 they were only zinc. And this is kind of what happens to the zinc. This is what happens to the copper. I think I'd choose the copper, to be honest with you, over the zinc. But the cost of the copper just got to be prohibitive. And so in 1982 they switched from the copper to the bronze to the zinc. But they kept doing that with Lincoln on the front, with the same coin, until 2009, when they made the Lincoln still on the front, but they the Lincoln Bicentennial reverses, the log cabin, the childhood, the chopping the wood, the in front of the U.S. Capitol, in front of the Springfield, Illinois Capitol. So in 2009 they changed this back, and then in 2010 they went to the shield reverse. All right, well, that's all we have today from the Big D Coin World International Coin Channel. Look for the 58s, look for the 59s, look for the wheat, and look for the Lincoln Memorial. And put any comments you might have in the comment section, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel, the Big D Coin Channel also.